In today's video, we are going to do a review of the Spectral Lands episode 3, of course. These reviews are coming out a bit late because I'm recording this at night time because the noise in the background interrupt it and all that. So yeah, that's why some reviews and stuff can come out a bit late, depending on that. Anyway, starting off. This episode is the Moro episode, and honestly, it's a great episode. I think they did Moro really perfectly. I will say the whole Eren and Raz thing in this episode is also nice. Before I talk about the Moro episode, like the Moro part of the thing, Lord Raz ends up pulling one of the prismatic blades out to give Eren or whatever. Honestly, it is so like random. Like, how does he have a prismatic blade? For what reason does he have it? We do find out kinda later. I will say it now just to say it, because I'm assuming everyone's watched the other episodes. I've watched the whole season while I'm recording these reviews. I will say why he has it. Technically, he doesn't really explain too much. He just says it's like it's basically a souvenir or like a reward from something he did or whatever. I forgot the exact words he used, but yeah. Anyway, basically, he gives Eren to go into the Spectral Lands. Eren ends up encountering Moro, which saves him. Moro basically explains he's here to guide souls to the other side, and that souls suddenly disappear from this side now. Like, they just pass through as there's another alternative afterline, he thinks, or they get internal peace, which he would rather prefer. That's what he says. For the prismatic blades, it can see basically anything that can't be seen, like ghosts or whatever, in the normal spirits, souls, you name it. I do think they did Moro really good. Honestly, Moro was a great character in Season 5. Yeah, he looks less ghostly and more just green, but, you know, that's just during around Season 3 in general. It's just like a slight glow to him, instead of, like, you know, being, I feel like he should be see-through. I'm thinking he's not see-through. Anyway, I actually can't remember if he was see-through in Season 5, to be honest. Anyway, speaking of, honestly, this episode is so good. He does talk about his master a lot in this episode. He does reveal to Eren, but when he leaves, his master's Wu, and to give him a message, which I do hope they touch on a later date, like when Master Wu ends up returning or they see his ghost. He also reveals that Master Wu is not in the departed realm, so he's somewhere. Maybe he hasn't entered the departed realm yet. Maybe he's a wandering spirit. I have no idea. Although I think like you would enter here first. Yeah, the whole Moro part is really good. And honestly speaking, he ends up getting the elixir of whatever it's called. Basically helping Lord Raz at the end of the episode. The side plot of this episode is basically Kai and Nia and all that kind of try and find a way to bring Jay out. Kai kind of recommends that going into an arcade machine area to find, because like Jay likes arcades, Jay likes games, and to beat Jay's high score in this video game, and hopefully he will come out to beat the high score. He ends up technically doing it. He ends up remotely doing it somehow. For I don't know why, they don't really explain it. They kind of leave it as a mystery and up in the air. He ends up beating Kaida's score from someplace far away. They wanted to track it down, but they couldn't find anything for it to be tracked down. And yeah, honestly, a great episode. So I had to just go back and check if this was the episode where they ended up like freeing not freeing Thunderfang, but like meeting him for the first time, where he does the whole prediction stuff. Anyway, they go into the Storm Village to find Thunderfang. They end up finding him while tearing the Storm Village apart. Well, not Storm Village, the Dragonian Village. I don't know where I got Storm from. Basically, in the end, they end up talking to Thunderfang, and Thunderfang gives them a gem, which kind of when they go out, they end up using the gem to corrupt the Dragonians. And of the reason why they corrupt the Dragonians, it is because they can sense the blades, the prismatic blades. So that's how they were able to find a lot of the prismatic blades in the later episodes. And all just, they do mention it quite a lot of how they're able to sense the prismatic blades. All in all, this like transformation scene was really good, and also because of how like friendly the Dragonians are, it is really weird seeing them, all angry and all that. I'm assuming a lot of them are good warriors too, just in general, because they do have hunters, but like I don't know if that's like if they're even good warriors technically. But the main objective of them is to hunt and be able to search for the blades. Yeah, all in all, I do hope we see more of the Dragonians. I know we do see them in the later of the season, but I do hope we see more of them in season like part 2 or later in Dragon Rising, because honestly, they're really good. I like the designs a lot. The whole Fun of Fang scene is really nice. This episode does have a lot to talk about realistically. We got the Moro, we got the Kai beating Jay's high score, which is the lesser part of this episode, even though it was like the side plot. And then the Fun Fan thing, which people are probably more excited for, with the whole Dragonian like thingy. Honestly speaking, it's really good. And it kind of ends on Ryu. The episode kind of ends on Ryu sensing something's wrong with the. I think he sensed something's wrong with the Dragonians. They do mention it later that like because Dragonians are dragons, I think, right? Well, part dragon at the very least. He's able to sense them and sense like condition or whatever. Honestly speaking, that like detail of Ryu, I do like how they make Ryu an important character consistently. Last episode, it was because Kai had a connection to Ryu. That's the reason he was able to communicate to Nia. And this episode, it's Ryu being able to sense something's wrong with the Dragonians, which I think is just really nice. All in all, because I do like Ryu as a character, even though he doesn't talk. Would be a surprise if Dragon Rising decides to suddenly make a dragon talk, though. I mean, dragons can talk. I actually wonder if Ryu's gonna be, because Ryu's a main character technically. I wonder if they're gonna make like Ryu like become become a talking dragon. I'm assuming he can. I don't think all dragons can talk, but I think like high ranking dragons at the very least. Actually, the monarchs can talk now. Back in the day, a lot of dragons couldn't talk, but like I'm assuming a lot of dragons can talk now. It's just natural. So eventually we'll probably get Ryu talking, which would be pretty nice. I feel like a lot of people would like find that very adorable and cute. As of the rating on this episode, honestly, not just because of nostalgia, they brought Moro back a lot, like really good. It's been like 10, 15 years, not 15, like 10, 12 years, give or take. I don't really know. I'm going to be honest, I don't know. Season 5, of course, then we got season 15, which is 10 seasons, and then the 2 seasons, so 12 seasons at the very least. I don't know if like seasons were released that same year or whatever, but either way, this episode's so great. They brought Moro back perfectly while expanding on his character a lot more and his sorrows. And I hate episode 10 is going to be annoying to review because of what they did to Moro. I won't talk about that in today's episode though. But honestly, season 3 so far has been great. I will probably give this episode a 10 out of 10. A lot of it's nostalgia, but at the same time, they brought Moro back perfectly while expanding on his character. And the Kai plot, I really like it because I do like when they reference the fact that they all used to play video games and they still do it. It's just like when they talk about video games, they always mention Jay or Cole at the very least. It's nice to know Kai still likes playing it. In season 15, he does play a bit too. But yeah, it's always nice knowing that Nia's always like bored and thinking around video games. Wildfire playing her first actual video games because like she used to like play learning games or whatever was nice. Yeah, all in all, it's a 10 out of 10 episode, like I said. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Subscribe and do all great stuff, folks. It does help me out a lot. See you guys.